real like isolated storms up here. I like this weather overlay on the Waratah now. And you just keep looking at that and like trying to pick a way through. Yeah. Whereas you corner snap, it's like got it on the GPS system.
Yeah.
It's a weather radar, and then it's just like, and then it's got your aircraft icon there, and you can just like, oh, so they can literally pick your way through like the light paths. Yeah. Whereas, you know, like, you're using like a delayed weather radar on your iPad, trying to work out all the rain, you know, like.
fun.
Yeah,
And like,
stay out in communities. Do you stay in any communities?
yeah, in California, I do like a house trip and I stayed in the as well as being TV. But it's quite a beauty that it's like I can schedule those trips like around my schedule as well. So I just didn't want to do those. Now famous Monday trips. I'm getting a lot of them. So sometimes it's like getting coffee from like the remote connection of mine. Yeah, so then it's like you're a bit confused. Mine's like I only like doing overnight stays. I prefer that over just one night over multiple days.
Yeah, I wish they'd do it like, trying to give us more time. Go away, like leave Monday night, Tuesday night, say come home Wednesdays and go back out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like give us a bit more flying, plus we might work out in the community the whole week. Oh yeah. So, I think they make a lot of money on the performance, like the travel, which is it's not shared.
Yeah.
Sort of like,
The fact that like it's like it's like really constipated and no one says without that traffic. So
yeah, it's easy to pay for like card economics. I think it costs them a lot more than
yeah.
us putting some effort into it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw him on the moment the day. Quite
I think he's gone chasing it. Sorry, I can't get in there.
Yeah. Tell me what to do.
Are you going to say?
Yeah, we used to sit over there, just at the bench there, but let's sit up here now. No, the umpires used to be with us. Anyway,
Actually, maybe my
sit up here now. I don't have my glasses on. Fucking hell.
So obviously you'll take the lead for me and
Yeah.
fill in
Absolutely.
where you want and
Yep.
slowly find your feet.
No worries at all. Yeah, I'll just throw to you, like, ask you to comment, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No problem. Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to AFL NT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season. We're live from Gardens Oval this afternoon. My name's Stu Davis. I'm joined in commentary today by Chris Bucks. Welcome, Bucksy.
Hi, Stewie.
Yeah, looking forward to what should be a fascinating contest. Both teams in really good form, and Buffalo's probably had a bit of a soft draw to start the season, Chris, but a couple of challenges they've had. They went down to Southern Districts, of course, a couple of weeks ago, but then a really impressive performance against Nightcliff last week, coming from behind. So they've got another challenge this week, Waratah at home, and then St Mary's next week. So we'll really see where they sit after those couple of games, but expecting some big things of them. Yeah, they've been impressive so far. Just a last quarter fade out against Southern Districts. Their only loss for the season. So had a little bit of rain earlier in the day, but clear skies at the moment. So Darwin's captain Jared Stokes won the toss and kicking to the city end of the ground, which is to the right of screen as you watch now. So just a little bit late getting started today, but we're just about ready to go. So the Buffaloes in the double blue, of course, and Waratah in red and white, and it's Riley Ferguson in the ruck for Darwin up against Arnold Kirby. Ferguson up high, wins the hit out, but coming through off half-back, Collis got a toe poke to it. Ferguson at ground level just gets bundled out of the way, and Nick Yarron just flicks a hand pass over the top. It bounces to captain Jared Stokes, who gets it off to Ferguson, and he gets a kick under pressure, and it's nicely marked there by Spicer. Phoenix Spicer going forward inside 50, but just a bit too wide there for Nathan Armat-Watkins and Hassan Armat-Watkins, I should say, and bounced over the boundary line for a throw-in. So it looks like Stafford will do the ruck work in the forward half against Kirby, who's been in fantastic form again this season for Tars. He's favoured by that throw-in, gets it down pretty easily, but just trying to scramble out at the moment. The hand pass comes back, and just before Jackson Clark could get his kick in, just stretched out over the boundary line for a throw-in. So no score so far in the game, and yeah, just the two teams just sorting themselves out a bit. There's a bit more length on this throw-in. Stafford wins that hit out. Jared Stokes runs onto it beautifully, palms off an opponent, swings back towards goal. It's coming back around, but not quite enough, and through for a behind. So the first opportunity for Buffs, but no goal. Well, a heavy contest in the marking contest out there. A couple of players a bit slow to their feet, but no damage done, and it'll be a ball up just inside the centre square. Ferguson tries to hook it back at ground level. Bradley Stokes putting the pressure on, but squirts out to Carlin, who chips a kick out towards the wing, running off half-back. Moroney just couldn't keep the ball in, and over the boundary line once again. A bit scrappy to start with, Chris. Not much happening at the moment.
No, they're set up pretty well, both teams.
Yeah, it's in and around the contest a bit so far as Kirby and Ferguson do battle. Kirby wins a hit out down to Clark, but his kick is smothered, and Buffs go forward again at ground level. Oh, some good work down there by Karanua, who got it off, and marks taken by pulling at half back for Tars, and now they're just trying to work the ball around the grandstand wing as he finds Collis. Collis kicks inboard, that hasn't got enough on it, and Pendlebury will chop that one off pretty easily. He's got a spare in the middle of the ground. He's in amongst the bundle of Waratah players though, and it'll be Stokes that gets the free kick. Probably fortunately there was 4 Waratah players all around him, and just held on to when he didn't take possession of the ball. Trent Burgoyne takes the mark here and kicks inside 50. Good defensive work, and thumped out of defence by Spence for Tars. Yaron at ground level has the ball trapped under him now, not making much of an effort to get rid of it, and he'll be pinged with that as he is propelled forward and got trapped over the ball by Thomas Bradshaw. Bradshaw short, kicks good, and he finds Hutt right in front of us on the centre wing. He's got a couple of players inboard. That's a well-directed kick, and it's marked by Pulling just outside the 50. He's got a player on the lead, Magro, and Magro out in front of Matty Campbell, takes the mark at full stretch, and he's been in pretty good form, Chris.
Yes, Magro. Interesting matchup. Campbell's gone back on him, so he must have put his hand up to play on him.
Yeah, a couple of games Campbell's played this year. He's been back, so he's an experienced player, of course, and Magro kicked 7 a couple of weeks ago. He's online on this occasion as well. So the first goal of the game goes to Jaden Magro, and Waratah are on the board. First time they've been inside forward 50, actually, Chris.
Yes, first time, but the Buffaloes' small forwards look dangerous. So if the Buffaloes can keep getting it in there, it'll be hard to match up on.
Yeah, that's true. And, of course, the Waratah defence is pretty solid itself, isn't it, with the likes of Jack O'Sullivan leading it from the back, and, of course, the captain, Dylan Collis, plays that role across half-back where he rebounds for them. But, yeah, so an interesting matchup in the forward half for Darwin. As Ferguson up high again, just reaches over the top, gets that hit out down, but taken at ground level by Booth for Tars. Collis again running forward, gets a toe poke to it. Kirby comes in and picks up, tries to hand pass outside, but that's chopped off, and now Jared Stokes just got caught in the tackle there. Quite often breaks those ones, but good work. Lachlan Hill gets a kick forward for Darwin. But he was penalised as he was disposing of the ball. Mark Noonan says the ball has to come back to him, so Lockie Hill just the player on the marks just forward of the front edge of the centre square for Darwin. So Hill goes long, looking for Matt Watkins, just over his head, put one hand up, but just over the top and bounced over the boundary line for a throw-in in the left forward pocket.
Arnold dropping back in front of him, didn't make it easy for him. Well, very smart.
So Kirby tried to grab that one out of the ruck, slipped through his fingers, and now there's another free kick. It's a Darwin free kick. Advantage is paid, and it's through for a goal. And I think that's Stafford, isn't it, that took the advantage there and picked up and snapped truly.
Definitely a game of the midfielders today, I feel. They're both free range.
Yeah. So Stafford ever alert there. The free kick was paid in the ruck contest, but Stafford pounced on the loose ball at the back of the contest and hooked through for a goal. He's a dangerous player, a terrific kick for goal, isn't he, Chris?
Yeah, he's very dead-eye.
And
he's
long.
A big unit as well. So
yeah, that's right.
When he gets his hands up.
He looks like he's trimmed down a bit to me.
Yeah, as fit as he's ever been. Best season he's had for a while.
So Ferguson again, Kirby not even contesting this one, so something to look at. Ferguson getting off the ground over the top of him. Clark tries to hand pass forward, but that's chopped off again. Stokes is in there. It looks like he's laid a high tackle there. And that will be a Waratah free kick to Will Clark at the back edge of the centre square. He's looking to switch the ball laterally here, and he finds a loose player in Spence. Spence looking to go boundary side, just over the head there of Carlin, as running onto it defensively was Spicer for Darwin, and saw it over the boundary line, so another boundary throw in.
Collis has set up pretty well at that stoppage. Doing some Ks.
Kirby Wins this one at ground level, kicks inside forward 50, and Magro's in front again, this time on the chest, and it was just a bit of a hack kick forward, but Magro in the right place, read it well, and Campbell was right on his tail, but nothing he could do to stop that one. So Magro only from about 30 metres out, directly in front. Kicks on the way, and yeah, just hooked that one back nicely on his natural left foot arc and through for his second goal, and puts Waratah back in front.
This Tars run from half back, they link up very good. Then around that stoppage at half forward, they look better prepared and set up than Buffs at the moment.
Yeah, and Kirby in the ruck contest from the boundary throw-ins is probably where he does his best work, isn't it? He uses his strength and gets position well, and then often wins the clearance himself, as he did that time. And as we said, it was just a hack kick forward, but the Magro reacted first and got in the right place. This time Kirby holds his ground and gets his hand to the ball, but then follows up with a high tackle, and it'll be Eldridge for Darwin to take the free kick just backward of centre. He's got a short option, but ignores that and goes long, looking for Ahmat Watkins, brings it to the front of the pack. In there, Ferguson gets a kick off the left, and now at ground level, the hand pass over the top is deemed a throw from Nathan Stewart, and I think that'll be a 50-metre penalty for trying to take the advantage that wasn't theirs. So this will bring Tars up to the centre of the ground.
Coco Nicky from Buffaloes is limping off.
Yeah.
Have an ankle problem.
Keep an eye on that as Tars have got the ball inside forward 50. Kirby right deep in the forward line, picks up the ball and then gets tackled with it, and umpire Noonan says he had no opportunity to get rid of that, so it'll be a ball up just out from the goal square for Tars. Buff's defence under some pressure down here, and again it stacks on in that contest, and it'll be a ball up once again. Hutton up high wins the hit out. That's an interesting hand pass, but allowed to go on as Clark at ground level is first there, but he gets met pretty solidly, and the ball spills out the back now. Hand pass comes out. Oh, that's a heavy tackle on Spicer, taken to the ground. No free kick paid. Play on's the call as the kick comes in from Booth deep towards the goal square, and working back defensively for Buffs was Hayden Brown. Got a fist to the ball and got it over the boundary line. Might just about be Brown's first game for the year, I think. I haven't noticed him earlier in the season. Of course, a player that started with Palmerston and moved across to Darwin a few years ago. Hutt in the ruck contest nudged his opponent out of the way, then had his attempted shot at goal smothered. O'Sullivan from behind had a couple of grabs at it, but couldn't hold on to the mark. Now he's doing the work at ground level as he tries to hack it off the ground forward, but Stokes is there, gets the hand pass backwards, trying to get it to Eldridge. It just evaded him, and then he got wrapped in the tackle, but it was caught in the back as the tackle was laid, and Tim Eldridge at half back on the outer side of the ground will take the free kick. Drives a low ball forward, but O'Sullivan read it best, couldn't control it though, and now Stafford thumps a long ball down to a pretty open forward line as it bounces at half forward. Oh, good use of the hands, and now Ahmat Watkins has a shot at goal. It's going wide to the right. There was no one back there, and it's bounced through for another behind to Darwin. Pretty good movement of the ball. All the players are up the ground, and it got out over the top. It was that long Stafford kick, wasn't it, Chris? Just
yeah,
he's got penetration in his kicking.
Tars was set up really well, but not far enough for that long kick.
So Collis on the outer side of the ground chips inboard and finds Brodie Carroll, former captain. He's got Collis running, and I'm not sure that was the best option. He ran straight into the player on the mark, but they've worked it out pretty well as Collis runs through the centre. Carroll runs through the centre of the ground and gets his kick down towards half forward. Ferguson working hard across half back there for Darwin. Tries to get it out but had the ball knocked out of his hands as he tried to hand pass. Clark now is swung in the tackle and kicks backwards out towards the grandstand side, where it's trapped there by Kerenua. Got the hand pass back and eventually lands with Will Clark. And he's got a spare forward. That's a beautifully placed kick to Carlin, inside forward 50, in between a couple of Buffalo's defenders. And the kick from Will Clark was straight into the hands of Carlin, didn't have to move, and he'll go back and take a shot from about 40 metres out. Kick on the way from Carlin. He's just pushed it across the face of goal, but it fell short, and I think it's a bit of cat and mouse being played down there. It was still in play, but eventually rushed through from behind. Oh, that's not a very good kick in at all, and it's chopped off, and Carlin will have another chance, this time a bit friendlier angle.
Notice Carlin's playing forward. He comes as a midfielder though.
Yeah.
He's playing forward a bit more.
Probably shows the strength of Tars through their midfield. Oh, this time he's missed by even more to the right. It's going to stay in play again as offhands Magro takes the ball, swings around on his left towards goal. I think he might have put that one through as well. He has. And a third goal for Tars, a third goal for Magro, and just pretty poor defensively then from Darwin, Chris.
Yeah, they didn't pair off around the stoppies there or block their run as they've come through. But I think Collis and Carroll through the middle of the field have got to try and stop their run somehow. Yeah,
that's right. They love running through from half back through that centre area. But yeah, Darwin not enough around the ball or in the marking contest as the ball came in. So
Abe's anchor's just come on, I think.
Yeah, I was. Well, we were talking to Ryan Ayres before the game. He's fresh off a plane, I think, from Alice Springs. So, yeah, just a bit late getting here. Might take a couple of minutes to warm into the game. As Tars again work it through the hands. This time Turnbull going forward. He's just overcooked that one a bit and easily chopped off by Kevin Moroney at half-back for Darwin. He hands off to Matty Campbell, who kicks beautifully around the wing and finds Hill short around the outer side of the ground, and now Darwin going forward again. That's a beautifully direct kick into half forward, but the mark spilt there by Nathan Stewart gives the Waratah defenders the chance to close in, and it was a kick from Antonio James, I think. It was a perfect kick, but just sweaty hands, I think, and Stewart couldn't keep hold of the ball as this time Buff's trying to work it forward again, but there's plenty of pressure around the ball. Kerenua working hard, gets the hand pass off to Kirby, and Kirby's kick is marked on the outer side of the ground by Tars, who eventually bring it grandstand side, and the chip kick forward by Pulling finds Carlin again, and he's got players running forward. One of those is Anchors, who takes the mark now, plays on straight away, but was under some pressure. But Magro's chipped in beautifully, picks up kicks towards goal again, but this time just across the face and through for a behind.
Buffaloes have just been unlucky in their forward 50, just by the turnover at the wrong time. They work it all there, turn it over, and then Tars just mop it up.
Yeah, that's right. Had a real opportunity there with a chance to mark inside 50, but wasn't to be, and Tars worked it away as this time it's short to Moroney from Bradley Stokes. Moroney hasn't got too much to go to, so eventually goes to Spicer, who kicks down the wing. Nick Yarren's made some space there and runs onto that one nicely and takes the mark. He goes short here. Kirby working back, but it's got over the top, and it's Chris Williams who kicks the ball inside 50, just not quite to the advantage of his teammate, but he's followed up well here, gets on the end of it, has a kick towards goal, but he's dragged that one across the face and just through for a behind. So Buffs have had some chances, just haven't taken them so far, as Will Clark gets on the end of this, and again, beautiful disposal, finds Collis on the grandstand wing. Hollis chips short to Ryan Clark, who ran forward. And now he wheels around. It's a beautifully directed pass, but bounces off the chest down there, and Burgoyne tidies up. Gets it back in a 1-2, tries to kick short, looking for Charlie Sharples, but the kick was just smothered over the boundary line, and another throw in. So we're 18.5 minutes into the first quarter here at Gardens Oval. A pretty even contest, just Tar's been a bit more efficient in their forward half. So Kirby just wins the hit out to himself and wins the clearance, kicks long down towards the 50, cleverly tapped over, but not into the hands of a teammate. As a bit of playing for free kicks down there, I think. Not paid, and it'll be a ball up just inside forward 50, close to the boundary line in Waratah's forward half. Hutt from behind couldn't work his way past Stewart that time, and but anchors in the forward pocket, goes to ground and now gets the hand pass out. It's close to the behind line there, and eventually goes over before Cassidy could keep it in play, and Darwin moved the ball quickly to the outer side of the ground, where Jared Stokes marks and kicks long, and forward off the marking contest. It's Spicer at ground level, got the hand pass out as he was tackled, and again it's numbers favouring Waratah as they run it out of the stoppage area on the outer side, and now a chance with a shot at goal for Collis. It's going to fall short and into the hands of Tyson McKenzie down there, just adjacent to the goal square. So again, Tars had the numbers around the ball and were able to work it to Collis, who found some space, and his hook shot, I'm pretty sure he was probably trying to kick towards goal, but it's fallen short, and McKenzie right there. He's just scraped that one through on the right-hand side, but another goal to Tars. So
I think Buffalo's game plan's nearly working off. They're trying to get over the line, all the Tars push forward, but it's just controlling that ball at the right time. Hit that target. Getting it over the top of the Tars defence.
Yeah. So Tars holding up pretty well at the moment as we go past 21 minutes in this first quarter.
Just Yaron and Jared hopefully got to get themselves into the game a bit more.
Yeah, Jared Stokes doing a bit of work around the back half, but they really need to win the ball in the centre here, get a clearance, because Tars have won the last few. Toby Hutt's gone into the ruck for Tars, gets a hit out. Ryan Clark at ground level takes the ball and then hooks the kick forward. It's taken there by Munkara, fends one off and then hand passes out, and another chance for Tars. Campbell this time working hard from behind, manages to chop the ball away, and from behind Darwin under pressure, work it through the hands, eventually get it to Moroney, who kicks forward and on the bounce gets to Ferguson. Ferguson's kick just dropping a bit short out there, but they've got free players in the middle. Yaron had no fear as he went for that ball, didn't get cleaned up, and now Buffs at ground level working hard again, but again Waratah just got numbers back and eventually get it out to McKenzie, who goes short here, and he finds Cassidy in the middle of the ground. Cassidy swings to the outer side where Anchors takes the mark, and that's a beautiful pass back inside forward 50, just chipped it out and then back inside, and Will Clark, who's really coming into the game in the last 5 minutes or so, has got himself another possession. This time it's a mark inside forward 50, and he'll go back and have a set shot from only about 35 out directly in front. Will Clark, the left footer, but he's dragged this one to the right, and a bit of a let off for Darwin there as it's a behind to Waratah, and Bradley Stokes will bring it back in again. Stokes runs out of the goal square, this time looking grandstand side, kicks high. Armat Watkins in the marking contest slips over the back, and Ferguson runs onto that. Punch from behind was good. Sharples did well to hand pass off to Armat Watkins. He's got Stafford in some space, puts out a hand, can't control it, picks up now. He's pushed as he tried to kick, and again Tars have worked back in numbers, and Nick Hoare gets the clearing kick, but he's put his teammate under some pressure there, and Jared Stokes at ground level's got a chance now, swings around and floats the ball towards the goal square, but it's all Waratah back there, and it's easily cleaned up by O'Sullivan standing alone in the defensive goal square. And he chips out wide and finds Hoare in the back pocket. Hoare looking to go short again. The kick's good and finds Hutt at half back, and now Tars around the wing. They've got a player out, that's Booth out there, who takes the mark, and he's got Carroll running, who's also got Pullen running forward, drills the pass, can't take the mark, but he's got plenty of time to recover. Hand passes across to Magro in the centre of the ground. He wheels around onto his left foot, kicks towards goal, but he's dragged that one as well, so another let off for Darwin. So really Tars could have split the game open pretty much, Chris, by now.
Missed an opportunity there, but I thought it worked better with Matt Watkins going up the ground and being a tall target for him to make the contest.
Yeah, as we look out now, it's Stafford that's playing deep on O'Sullivan. Bluff's coming grandstand side again, but the numbers are with Tars here as working his way to the front was Humphreys for Waratah, but just got worried over the boundary line for a throw-in. Kirby this time wins a hit out, but Jackson Clark gets a hand pass through the traffic at ground level. Ryan Clark loses his footing as the siren goes to end the first quarter, one that Waratah have just managed to open up about a 3-goal lead here. Chris, what do you make of it?
Yeah, just the depth of the midfield, I think, for Waratahs are getting on top, and to be able to have Turnbull playing on a wing and Carlson upper half forward just shows the depth. But you can't give up on Buffaloes. Last week, though, 7 goals down and they come back, so they should have the right mentality to come back, hopefully.
Yeah, that's right, and they've been in the game enough, but just haven't taken their chances going forward. So that's it, that's quarter time. It's a 19-point lead to Tars. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Process and a bit of constructive talk. You know, I know it's hard, you know, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the NT Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Welcome back to Gardens Oval for round 8 action of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League season. It's the clash between Waratah and Darwin here, and it's Waratah with a 20-point lead at quarter time. My name's Stu Davis. I'm with Chris Bucks this afternoon, and Bucksy Tars just a bit more class than Buffs, I think.
Yeah, their midfield are hitting their targets, and forward and even better off half back. But Buffs are still in it.
So we're underway again. Ferguson reaches over the top, wins the hit out, ground level. Clark had the ball knocked out of his hands. O'Sullivan coming off half back, gets a hand pass forward to Clark, tries to get it over the top there to Cassidy, but he got worried out of it, and eventually the ball comes out to Jared Stokes, who kicks long inside forward 50. Coming out onto it was Stewart, just at his ankle height, couldn't take the mark, and Karanua picks up for Tars and drives the ball away down towards half forward. Munkara there spilt the mark but recovered beautifully, and now drills a pass in forward, and Magro out in front once again. Campbell did just about as much as he could, I think, but Magro hands out in front and then took it on the second grab, and geez, looked dangerous, Chris.
Not much you can do that with a kick like that, Campbell.
So Magro will be kicking from about the 50-metre line, which probably isn't a 50-metre line here at Gardens Oval, so I imagine the distance won't be a problem, as just comes in over that line now and kicks. It looks straight. It is straight through the middle, and that's a quick goal from Waratah in the opening seconds of this second quarter. And Magro, after 3 goals himself in the first quarter, has got Tars on the board again early in the second.
Once again, just a turnover for Buffs across half forward. They just run and back themselves, Tars.
Yeah, and you know, you look at that Buffalo defence and you think that Matty Campbell probably is the best matchup for Magro down there, but the delivery's been good, and he's getting up fast on the lead, isn't he, giving Campbell no chance to close.
No, pretty hard to do anything with that kick.
Yeah. So Ferguson over the top, thumps it forward, but it's Cassidy at ground level got a hand pass forward, but coming in off the wing was Sharples. He kicked basically across the ground. Now the ball's going to come back to him from Ishmael Palmer, but this time Sharples' kick is chopped off pretty easily across half back, and Tars will go forward through the centre of the ground again. Turnbull sweeps the hand pass out to Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, his hand pass just falls short of Kirby, and then the bounce evades him. Jared Stokes closes in, gets a hack kick off the ground. Nicely picked up down there, and Buffs going forward again, but again, beautifully read down there by Timothy Karanua. Takes the intercept mark and now chips it out to Turnbull. The ball bounces in front of him. He traps it eventually and gets the hand pass forward, and now Cassidy forward to Carlin. Carlin goes short looking for McKenzie, got a hand to it, and now the hand pass comes back to him. He breaks past the tackle of Moroney, kicks long towards goal, and he's just snuck it inside the right hand goal post. That's a beautiful finish there, but Moroney probably could have put a bit more body contact on there to prevent McKenzie brushing past.
Yeah, just the Tars running forwards. Somehow Buffs have got to try and make one-on-ones and block their runs.
Yeah, that's right. That lead has opened up a bit now, over 5 goals, and we know that Darwin came from behind last week from a margin probably greater than that, but you don't want to be doing that every week.
No.
So Kirby and Ferguson once again to do battle in the ruck. Ferguson up early. Kirby stood his ground, hooked the hit out forward. Sharples coming in off the wing, kicks across the ground again. Kirby gets a little toe poke in. Now Sharples does, as it's picked up there by pulling and through the hands back to Kirby. He chips it forward, just put a bit too much air on that. It was closed in from behind, and Ferguson gets a kick out wide to Palmer. Palmer gets long inside forward 50, and chopping across there was Humphreys for Tars, and just saw it over the boundary line for a throw in at half back on the other side of the ground for Waratah.
Buffs are a bit more defensive in the midfield and the wing, and that centre ball up, which helped make the contest. They're all paired up around the contest at the moment, Buffs and Tars.
Kirby in front, hooks it with the left hand, but at ground level it was Burgoyne who got the hand pass back. The kick comes in, but beautifully read down there by O'Sullivan, And he drills it straight down the middle of the ground, finds Carlin at half-back. He sweeps a long hand pass over the top to Turnbull. Turnbull again with a long hand pass over the top, and now Tars running forward through Cassidy there. He got it to Hutt. Hutt, his kick's just short of Magro this time. Campbell working overtime to try and close him down as Pendlebury clears from the back half out in front of Charlie Sharples, but just too far out in front, and it's just scrambled over the boundary line for another throw-in.
Campbell's body work was really good then.
Yeah.
Kept it down, the ball low, down inside.
So Burgoyne at ground level, got the hand pass back to Jackson Clark. Eventually it's tapped forward, and now Stewart, his kick's half smothered as it squirts out towards the centre square. Working hard off the back half was Hoare, but couldn't control the ball, and now Burgoyne with a quick kick forward. Jackson Clark's going to be first to it on the bounce, but then got taken out fairly with some body contact, and now Will Clark at ground level. The ball spills out again from a tackle as it's Nathan Stewart at ground level for Buffs, and he's probably done pretty well in the end to win a stoppage on the outer side. The Waratah players had got there in numbers, but Stewart saw it over for a boundary throw in again. Kirby in front, tried to take it but lost control, and now Jared Stokes running away from that contest, delivers inside forward 50, a beautifully weighted pass and well read, and Ahmet Watkins just chipped in front of O'Sullivan that time to take the mark on the chest, and he'll have a set shot from about 30 out directly in front.
I think Buffalo's just around the contested ball have just got to be a bit more cleaner. Use their ball a bit better to their runners.
Matt Watkins for Darwin, kicks towards goal. He likes it, and so does the goal umpire. So Darwin have got their first goal of the second quarter, and a much needed one after Tars came out after quarter time and banged on the first couple of goals pretty quickly. So Ahmet Watkins just pulls one back for Darwin, and as Chris said, yeah, Buffs just a little bit better organised defensively around the contest, I think, and then obviously Jared Stokes had the opportunity to break and use the ball well going inside 50.
And Campbell will be looking for his leaders to see what they're doing. They could stand up and get a bit of structure and communicate around the contest.
High bounces, Kirby wins it down to Anchors. Anchors delivers inside forward 50 on the bounce, picked up by Hutt, gets through the traffic and now tries to drill a pass laterally, but wasn't his best kick. But Kirby's followed up from doing his ruck work now, works around onto the right foot, kicks forward. Oh, Magro at ground level picks up on the half volley, gets a hand pass back inboard, but kick at goal was smothered, and scrambling defence by Darwin sees them bring it away around the near side of the ground, but working across there, McKenzie just got a hand to it to see it over the boundary line for a throw in. So good scrambling defence from Darwin, but just couldn't work the ball out of the back 50. So from that boundary throw, and Hutt at ground level gets it back to Booth. The sweeping hand pass comes over the top from Carlin to Ryan Clark, and he drills a pass in this time. Magro got to the ball, but he was sliding, trying to take the mark, and it just spilled out of his grasp and over the boundary line for another throw in.
Bit better pressure from the Buffs in defence here.
So that throwing gets over the back as ball comes back. Hutt was probably tackled when he hadn't taken possession. High tackle was the call from umpire Noonan, and Yeah, Toby Hutt will go back and take the set shot. So Hutt about 35 out, not much of an angle, kicking to the city end of the ground, and he's directed that one beautifully through the big sticks, and an answering goal from Tars after the Armat Watkins goal for Buffaloes sees them stretch that lead out again to over 5 goals.
Young Grant's gone down on Magro.
Yeah, that's an interesting move.
Campbell's just having a break.
Having a breather, yeah.
Interesting whether they put Campbell around the ball a bit.
Yeah, they've got to get their hands on it to win it, so Ferguson up high. Eldridge in the middle this time, picks up, but he's got some close attention from Abe Ankers, who got into the back of Eldridge. He's not all that impressed with the call from the umpire, but Eldridge picks himself up and he'll take the free kick. Oh, he's got a runner off half back, but that's a pretty poor kick. Bradley Stokes comes in now, and he's under plenty of pressure as he tries to work it out at ground level. Moroney comes in to help. He overran the ball, and now Munkara picks up, hands off to Hutt. Hutt to Turnbull. Turnbull from half forward kicks long to the goal square. Magro on the bounce, running back with in the direction of the ball. Grant's done pretty well there at ground level, and now picked up by James, who chips it across to Pendlebury, and Pendlebury goes long outside 50 to Eldridge, who's made ground to the outer side of the ground, and he takes the mark just outside of the defensive 50. Chips in short to Jackson Clark. No one on the mark there, so he'll run straight off and kick around the boundary line as Ferguson was in front but just had it forced away from behind, and I think it's come off a boot there over the boundary line, and it's going to be a Waratah free kick to O'Sullivan. So a bit unlucky there for Darwin as O'Sullivan drills this one forward, or slips through the hands there and over the back. Pendlebury sweeps a long hand pass forward, but more in hope than anything as Tars trying to work it through the hands again, but it's a stalemate over on the outer side of the ground between wing and half forward for Waratah. Again, no way out after that ball up, so we'll have another go at it. Carroll receives this time, but got some body contact and forced the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in once again. I think the ball's actually gone over the boundary fence on that outer side. So 3-1 in this quarter in favour of Waratah as we wait for the ball to be retrieved from over the boundary fence.
It's been a good contest with Ferguson and Arnold in the ruck as well. Ferguson stood his ground.
Yeah, they play a bit differently, and they haven't lined up very well for this one as Arnold hooks it back, and now Ankers runs onto the hand pass, kicks long towards goal. It's going to bounce in the goal square, and the open goal square, and bounces through for another Waratah goal, and Abe Ankers gets himself on the board for the first time today.
Once again, clean around that contest.
Yeah.
Movement. Age is smart. Magro dragged his defender out. Let it bounce through the goals.
And Kirby in the ruck again was probably advantaged by the throw-in, but took that advantage and gave off the hand pass that resulted in the Ankers goal.
Stafford's in the ruck.
Yeah, hasn't had a lot of involvement in the game. Got a goal early, but yeah, probably just trying to get him into the game a bit, I'd say, as he's up early, but Kirby again just judged the drop of the ball better, and now Stafford fishes out a hand pass, but it's chopped off by Kirby again as he gets it to Turnbull, who hand passes forward. They're running forward now in numbers as Carlin kicks on the left out in front of Magro, and Magro sliding. So I think that question's been answered. Campbell's back on the ground, but he's back onto Magro, but Magro out in front once again, took the sliding mark in that deep in that left forward pocket. So not the best angle for a left footer, but Magro will be full of confidence with 4 goals on the board already. Set shot from Magro. He's just left that one out to the left a bit and through for a behind. So Bradley Stokes, he's got a loose in the back pocket. He goes straighter up the ground to Jared Stokes. Stokes is off and running now, gives to Pendlebury on the outside. Pendlebury a quick kick forward, but that's just gone over the pack of players there as O'Sullivan works back, gets it to Ryan Clark. Hand pass on the bounce, gets it to Humphreys, who kicks inside forward 50, but Pendlebury working back takes the intercept mark, and now he's got a free out at half back in Stafford. Stafford looking to move the ball on quickly, gets it out wide in front of Yaron, uses his body well, but runs back onto it now. Keranua gets back there to put the pressure on Yaron, tries to kick off the ground near the boundary line, has an air shot, and I think it's just flicked his heel and then bounced over the boundary line, so it'll be a boundary throw in. We haven't seen too much of Nick Yaron today, Chris, and it looks like Timothy Keranua with the job on him at the moment at least. Yeah, has done pretty well.
Very good.
Stafford this time wins the hit out at ground level. It's Palmer. Breaks free from the first tackle, hooks the hand pass back looking for Bradley Stokes. He takes it and then gets wrapped in the tackle, manages to get it out, and Tars through the hands have worked it to the middle of the ground where Pulling runs onto it now. He's got a runner on the outside in Humphreys. He receives, drives the pass looking for Magro again. He got to it on the chest, spilled off, but he's back up on his feet pretty quickly. Campbell gets a hand in there as Magro's met pretty heavily in the contest, but the ball's out of bounds and it'll be a boundary throw in once again.
Just a run from the half back then, 6 or 7 Tar boys are just running flat out forward, hard to defend.
Yeah.
Bit of good contest by Campbell then.
Yeah. So from the throw-in, Kirby just slings his opponent out of the way. Ryan Clark at ground level gets caught in the tackle, gets it to Turnbull though. It's thumped away from behind. Humphreys out here waiting at the back. He got tackled and dispossessed of the ball. Spicer couldn't pick it up, but I think he got taken across the legs. And the kick went away. Buffalo's fans calling for a 50-metre penalty, but it's not going to be paid, and Phoenix Spicer will take the free kick just in front of us here. Antonio James calling for it short, but he got closed up, and yeah, beautifully read there by Dylan Collis, cutting across, taking that intercept mark, and he wheels around, kicks long down the line. Kirby takes that one easily in front, and he's got players in the centre of the ground. He switches beautifully into there, and the Waratah players had worked hard to get there, and the Darwin defenders hadn't worked hard enough to match them up as Toby Hutt took that mark at half forward, and he'll go back for another set shot.
Cam Stokes will be interesting what he's thinking or what he's trying to change up. He needs a sort of lift out of Stafford, Jared Stokes, Yaron around the ball. A few of them guys, midfielders around the ball.
Hutt this time looks like he's hung that one out to the left. He has. It's through for a behind. So just ticking towards time on in this second quarter, and Pendlebury straight down the ground this time. The kick's good and finds Burgoyne. He plays on quickly, and Buff's trying to use it through the hands over the top. Spice has done well to get that to Stewart, who hooks the hand pass over the top, and Jared Stokes gets the hand pass over. A bit of action behind the players. The quick kick comes in, but that's terrific defensive work down there by Tom Spence for Tars, and manages to force it over the boundary line for a throw in.
Good passage of plays by Buff then, a lot cleaner. 3 clean handballs.
Yeah, had runners as well, so the boundary throwing just falls a bit short. Huck tries to hack it forward. Jared Stokes at ground level is deemed to have been tackled high, and so an opportunity for the Darwin captain to get a goal on the board for his team as we head into time on in this second quarter. So Stokes with the set shot. Looks pretty good, it is. That's straight through the middle, and again a much needed goal for Darwin as Stokes gets himself on the scoreboard for the first time today. But as you said, Chris, a much better build-up, and eventually the free kick was won from the stoppage.
Yeah, they just got to keep stopping Tars from scoring and chip away at it like they did last week. It'll be interesting who stands up without Matho and Robertson playing, but they can still do it.
Yeah, so at the moment in the midfield they've got Stewart in the ruck and Spicer, Jared Stokes and Trent Burgoyne as their midfield runners. Anchors and Ryan Clark in there for Tars as ball spills out the back booth. Also, he's first to it but can't control it as Jared Stokes pushes him out the way, gets a hand pass back inboard to Nick Yarran. Nick Yarran from 50 kicks long towards goal, but he's just dragged that one across. But again, a better build up from Buffs as they got their hands on the ball from that stoppage. Tars grandstand side this time. Ishmael Palmer stands under this one and takes a nice mark. He's looking to wheel around quickly. He's got 3 players in the middle of the ground, but Stokes is trying to take the advantage, I think, but it's a 50-metre penalty, and I don't think the advantage will be paid. Just, I know the free kick's going to the top of the goal square, so it'll be Palmer with a set shot from just 10 metres out, almost directly in front. And a chance here for Darwin for the first time in the game to get 2 goals in a row on the board. Oh, that's a disappointing effort. Just a bit too casual on the kick, I think, Ishmael Palmer, and he's missed it to the left. So, an opportunity gone missing there for Darwin as O'Sullivan brings the ball back into play for Tars. Coming grandstand side again, Kirby from behind works the ball down to the front. Picked up at ground level by Hill. He got the kick inside forward 50. It's loose in the forward pocket through the hands, gets a Yarran. He tries to swing this one back, but was too low and it was chopped off on the goal line down there. And good defensive work as Hawke tidied up for Tars, and they just settle things down in the back half as Spence goes long around the outer side of the ground. There's a whistle
pushing the back
on the play here.
Back to the contest.
So Tars got players in the middle of the ground. Kirby screaming for it, but ends up in the hands of Will Clark on the outer side of the ground. He switches back inboard now, and Ryan Clark chips the ball forward and finds Anchors on the outer wing. Anchors short again. This time it's going to be chopped off by Stewart for Darwin. He thumps the ball over the top of Jared Stokes, gives him the opportunity to run onto it, but again, Tars have worked there in numbers, and Anchors comes away with a chip kick to just in front of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground. And Humphreys, I think it is, kicks inside the centre square. Turnbull calling for it laterally here. Nick Yarran works back, gets a hand to it, and now he's in the contest at ground level. Turnbull picks up. Yarran tackles, play on's the call as Turnbull gets it off to O'Sullivan, who's come from half back to help out there. Campbell gets rid of Magro this time, and at ground level, Buffs working it through the hands. Hayden Brown down there gets tackled, but tackled high, and he'll take the free kick. So again, good in close work from Buffs in defence, and eventually won themselves a free kick. O'Sullivan got rid of his opponent, but couldn't take the mark. The ball spills out to Spicer now. He hand passes back to Pendlebury. He's got a loose forward in Nick Yarran. Yarran standing underneath it, takes the mark. Hand passes off to Hill, but his kick is a disappointing one going forward, and misdirected, and hits Spence, who's found Clark in the middle of the ground. Will Clark looking for Kirby at half forward on the outside, and delivers beautifully once again to him. And Arnold Kirby with the mark just inside the forward 50, going back, and looks like he's setting himself to take the set shot. He's got a decent run up, Chris.
Yeah, he's middle of the ground.
So he has to take the set shot now as the siren goes to end the quarter. You would think that Darwin players would be working back to get on the goal line, but
I think the last half of that quarter, Buffs' intensity lift, and they definitely had a bit more of the ball, just had the opportunities and missed them.
Kirby's kick towards goal. He's got the distance, no problems, but just pulled it to the left. So in the end, it's a quarter in which Tars kicked 4 goals, Darwin kicked 2, and as you said, Chris, Buffs still in the contest. Their intensity's lifted, but they've just got to start making a bit more of a difference on the scoreboard.
Yes, that's definitely hurt them, but positive way to go into half-time as a coach. And hopefully Cam Stokes can rally them back together and start up after half-time.
Yeah, well, it's been a good contest, 2 quality sides, and at half-time it's Waratah with a 33-point lead. We'll be back after the half-time break shortly.
You are one of over 148,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you'll need a battery-operated radio, a torch with spare batteries, enough food, and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. All important documentation, such as passports, treasured photos, and insurance policies, should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season.
Ball comes out, St Mary's go forward, inside forward 50, that's their first inside forward 50. The big man Corowa runs after the footy, kicks a goal and nails the first one. 50 seconds in, if you don't mind. St Mary's on the board, 1 straight 6, the Bombers yet to score. Fantastic. And the best player, I reckon, so far, Edward Puruntatameri, done for the Bombers. They go forward and over the back. And the noted goal kicker, and inside 40 seconds. Lovely goal there. And that was by Roy Cantilla. I reckon he threw that. Gets the ball up to Heenan. Heenan normally very good with the kick. Kicks on goal. Pick up that player. Pick up that player in the middle of the ground. Was that our skipper? I reckon that's our skipper, Brendan Cantilla. What a goal! And in the quarter, tossed in by the boundary umpire. Corowa in front, picked up and does it easy. How easy is this game? Jack Klusky. Conway gets it forward. Handball out. Another handball wide. Not sure why he went wide. See who that player is out there, because that was nice. Teammate forward Clues.
Into the pocket.
Klasky goes for it. Beautifully done. And number four coming up 3 this turn for Jackson Calder. Darley, one bounce onto the right foot. Got a player forward. In they go. Cantilla runs into an open goal for him and nails it 2 on the trot.
That is exactly what we were looking for from the Tiwi Bombers.
Just the ball out wide to Souter. Souter goes across the face of goal. Dylan Lant, the skipper, kicks on goal and absolutely nails it. Hard after the football, Ted Castle. Ted Castle across the body, looking for Corowa. Corowa, a direct shot on goal and Tex Corowa.
He's nailed that.
My word, he has. He's got 3. Long way from goal. There's no
Only one man inside forward 50 for the Saints.
Can Corowa take the mark? He can't take the mark, but he gets the ball, knocks it down, runs his full measure, kicks on the left, and Corowa has done a fantastic job. Well done to him. To Offermans. Brave, very brave there by Vallejo. They lay it off.
Another one.
Handball in, handball running past. Onto the left boot, inside forward 50. Kick on goal. Is that another one?
It is indeed.
Is that another one? It is. That's
Umpire
Jack
loves
Klosky. He has 3. That's Roy Cantilla. One way, then the other. Picked up by Rioli. Rioli kicks on goal, but unfortunately across the face. Still in play. Stanley Tipalura across his shoulders, and I reckon he's nailed it. I reckon Stanley has nailed it. He has. Probably too little, too late. Perhaps he rucked, he roved, he got the forward inside forward 50. There goes Calder. Calder gets it out to Lant, and is Lant got number 4?
Oh, he has too. Yes, he has.
He has got number 4. Handball back. Plenty of time. Missed.
There it is. Well, it was a pretty dominant win for St Mary's in the end. 22-14, 146 to the Tiwi Bombers, 10-13, 73.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footies.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
off and running as the hand pass comes over the top to Jackson East. East running in to the open goal, kicks on goal. I think he's snuck that inside the goal post. He has. As Ryan parks himself in front, gets the ball down and the ball goes inside 50 now. Ross shrugs the tackle now, runs back towards goal and bangs it through for another Southern Districts goal. Jonathan Ross, he knows where the goals are, Gray. Plenty of Districts players here as Rusker pounces on that. Throws up the hand pass, a long hand pass comes out wide, and here's a chance for Fijo, who throws it across his boot on a check side kick, if you don't mind, from about 30 metres out, and snuck it inside that right-hand goal post for another Southern Districts goal. Middle line, out near the boundary line, he's got a player over the top, just gives that a bit of air, and spills to the ground, and a chance for Wanderers at ground level.
Simple,
just,
wasn't it?
Matthew Young in the right place at the right time, and just dribbled it through the vacant goal square and through for another Wanderers goal. So Simpson down there took it off hands, got a quick kick into the danger area at the top of the goal square. Here's a chance for Wanderers as it comes to Davidson. He hooks it around the corner. Everyone's got their hands in the air. It's a great finish. And first goal of the second quarter to Wanderers. And just another long hand pass forward by Grace. Gets it back to Bowden. Bowden running through forward 50, finishes nicely once again. So another goal to Southern District upon the half volley, and got tackled as he did. And now Fijo out in space again, runs inside 50, kicks long towards goal, straight through the middle once again, and Fijo's finding himself some space and really causing some damage going forward, and this time he did it all himself. Over the top to Schwartz, he does so, and now Schwartz off one step, kicks long towards full forward to Pethybridge at ground level. I almost missed his fist with the hand pass, and it just slid straight into the hands of Roy George, who walks into an open goal. And Southern Districts get their first for the quarter, and in a bit of space plays on straight away, kicks long towards the goal square, coming over the top, but at ground level Jonathan Ross was in the right place at the right time as loops the hand pass over the top to Palmer. Palmer kicks long to the goal square. Brander again there. It gets over the back. Clever work at ground level by Bowden. Tapped it up in the air to himself, then ran onto it, hooked the ball round and gets himself another goal. So to get out of it. Now kicks long down towards Brander, slips through his hands. George at ground level, clever footwork. Got it back to Brander. He hooks towards goal. It's going all the way, bounces just inside the goal line and bounces through for another Southern District goal, but aside. Clee runs over the top of it, and so Districts have worked it back. Brander gets rid of his opponent, takes the ball and now snaps towards goal, and he's got himself another one as just too big and strong and clever, and finished it himself. Centre half forward and gets on the end of this. He's looking to give it off. Fijo has found some space, and he'll just waltz in and have a shot for goal, and easy as you like, finishes like that, and line and throw in once again. As the siren goes.
As I said, yeah, the finger has been depressed a bit more, and that's the end of the game. Southern Districts have won by 72 points out here at TIO Stadium. And
looking for Cammy Eilert. What a grab by the legend. Eilert spots up a teammate, Brody Philo, on his own in the goal square, runs in and kicks a very easy goal, Brody Philo, and doesn't he love it? Out. And the Nightcliff player loses his feet. Mitch Robinson scoops it up, chucks it on the boot. He's got players there, but a punch away by Nightcliff. But Buffaloes have kicked their first goal of the evening.
Not sure where that's come from, Liz, actually. There was just a whole bunch of players there.
Their attack. Stokes running back now. That's Aaron Stokes this time. Kicks across the face of goal. Dangerous there. Nightcliff pick it up and they kick a quick goal in response. And So right in front of the Nightcliff Sports Club. Tigers able to take it out, a chain of messy handballs, but Philo gets it again and puts it through for an easy goal within the first 30 seconds of this second quarter at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. In fact, I think it was Cody Zust again for the Darwin Buffaloes and Lee Crossman for the Nightcliff Tigers. So back underway now, and it's Nightcliff who get the handball out. Huge kick there. The camera just trying to pick up who it was, and another goal to the Nightcliff Tigers. He's looked up and saw Nicky Yarran in the middle. Yarran takes the mark over the top, and he's got Mitch Robinson out wide. Robbo just puts it on the boot. On the right, the goal umpire doesn't move, and Mitch Robinson has put it through for the Buffaloes' second goal of the game. Body work to work the player off the ball there by Blake Coleman. He's got the ball back. He's going to run in nice and easy, and he's kicked a goal. So Buffaloes get 2 in a row for the first time all evening through Blake Coleman. Work it out through a chain of handballs. A kick in now to their forward line. There's a one-on-one, and the player over the back has it, turns around, has a shot on goal, and it's gone through for a response by the Nightcliff Tigers. Of the Darwin Buffaloes. Great family. Buffs now with the quick handballs. No clear possession, but kicked off the ground, and it is a goal. It's a goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. Pick it up now, Coco Nicky. He spins one way, spins the other, the former Nightcliff Tiger player, and hits up Blake Coleman down the Nightcliff Tiger Sports Club end. Kicks it, puts it through. The Buffaloes are in front for the first time all game at the 22-minute mark of the third quarter. Kick to the safe hands of Coleman, gives off the quick handball now to Tyrese Raymond. That mark unable to be taken. Raymond gets it back. He runs on goal. He kicks a goal, and the crowd has gone wild. Darwin Buffaloes. Tyrese Raymond with a beautiful running goal now. And Robbo needs to run hard here, and the bouncers favoured him. He's got Daniel Stafford on his own. He's going to run into goal. Big Daniel Stafford. He takes a bounce. He shows the opposition the ball, and he kicks it through. And the Buffaloes have kicked another goal. Daniel Stafford with some entertaining football there.
Something here.
High throw in. Stafford just belting it down for Buffaloes. Tigers in front of goal, and they've kicked it.
Huge.
Tigers have kicked a goal.
Can hear the cheers from the far side.
He kicks out wide on the wing just for the safety. And there's the siren. Darwin Buffaloes have defeated the Nightcliff Tigers here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. 12-6, 78 to the Tigers, 11-5, 71. What a game of footy.
Welcome back to Gardens Oval for this round 8 clash between Waratah and Darwin. My name's Stu Davis. Chris Bucks is with me, and at half-time it's Waratah with a 33-point lead, but the contest has probably been a bit better than that margin suggests, Chris.
Definitely, Buffs have definitely been in the game, just haven't converted inside 50. So it should be a great half, and if it's anything from last week, hopefully the Buffs can bounce back.
Yeah, just those 3 goals till half-time, Darwin, and that's they need to get their hands on the ball in the middle and give themselves opportunity to get on the scoreboard early in this third quarter as we're underway. Kirby again wins the hit out down to Ryan Clark, and well, it's almost a throw. In fact, that's the way it's been called against Carlin. So Nick Yarran will take the free kick just forward of centre for Darwin. He's got a leading player in Jared Stokes. He goes longer than that into forward. Oh, a big leap from Stafford up early, but didn't affect anything at ground level. It's Spicer who swings it back on the left towards goal. I think he's got the early one for Darwin. He has, and just what they were looking for, Chris.
Yes, quick ball movement in, and Spicer off the crumb of the pack. Stafford flew very early. It made a contest in it.
Yeah, I don't think he touched anyone when he flew, so it was allowed to play on. But yeah, clever work at ground level from Phoenix Spicer. Back on the left and through for a quick goal to Darwin.
The start they're looking for.
Ferguson up early again, gets a hand to it this time, and Stokes at ground level gets it back to Yarran. He's in trouble from behind, manages to give himself a bit of space to get a hand pass out. Carlin caught with the ball, and the ball spilled out, and it's going to be a free kick to Jared Stokes once again for Darwin. He's looking to go long in the direction of Stafford down here. The ball slips through the hands off the back. Stewart tries to toe poke it forward. Spicer comes in. He gets wrapped up in the tackle, and it'll be a ball up about 25 metres out from the Darwin goal at the city end of the ground. Kirby wins a hit out over the top. Sharple's in there for Darwin on the ground. No free kick paid. Play on's a call. There's a free kick now. It's a holding free kick going Darwin's way by the looks here, and I think it might be Palmer, Ishmael Palmer, going back to take the free kick deep in that left forward pocket.
Buffs are getting their hands on the ball, first to the ball around the contest, which looks like making a difference already.
Yeah, that's right. Waratah have hardly had their hands on it in the early stages of this third quarter. Palmer, not much of a run up on that. Kicks towards goal, and I think he's got it. He's missed one from 10 metres out directly in front in the second quarter, and he's got that one from deep in the pocket. Almost a one-step kick. I was expecting him to come in a fair bit more. He was quite a way behind the mark as well, but it's a goal on the board, and another good one for Darwin, this time Ishmael Palmer. And so Jared Stokes kicked the last goal of the second quarter, so as far as the match is concerned, that's 3 in a row to Darwin, and starting to make some inroads on that scoreboard. So the margin back to 21 points at Gardens Oval. Ferguson wins a hit out down to Pendlebury. His kick's smothered. Carlin tries to tap it forward, does pretty well, and through the hands it gets out to Ryan Clark, who goes long inside forward 50 for Tars at ground level. Paddling it forward was Bradshaw, couldn't control it. Darwin again used it through the hands in close, and Pendlebury picks up the loose ball and drills the ball to Palmer in the centre of the ground. And now they're going down towards half forward. Stafford out in front, got his hands to it. It got punched away from behind, and Dylan Collis tidies up and finds Brodie Carroll on the grandstand wing. Carroll, looking around, decides to go short inboard to Keranua. Timothy Keranua straight down towards half forward. The ball slips out the back. Bradshaw runs back onto it. Tries to scoop it out to the advantage of a teammate out there, Turnbull. He picked the ball up but got caught with it, and as he hand-passed was taken over the boundary line. So a throw-in once again, as we see Buffalo's just ringing a couple of changes here. Jared Stokes going off the ground with Chris Williams, and Spicer's back on with Antonio James. So that boundary throw-in hasn't covered much distance at all, so we'll have another go at that. Hutton Ferguson. Ferguson gets a fist to it over the top. Matt Watkins hand passed outside, and Yaron kicks long down the line, but this time it's chopped off by Gleeson for Tars, and he switches to O'Sullivan at half back. He's got a loose in the middle of the field. Keranua lost his footing, and that allowed Palmer to come in and get a toe poke to it, but O'Sullivan's read it well and got it long through the hands, and a kick from Humphreys finds Arnold Kirby. Kirby drills a pass out towards half forward, but that's well read by Burgoyne, but spilt the mark, and gives Tars the opportunity again as the hand pass comes out wide. Ryan Clark this time kicks on the right towards goal, but he's missed that out to the right. Matty Campbell Kicking in this time, out wide looking for Yaron under plenty, or Bradley Stokes it was, under plenty of pressure, but got a hand pass forward. But the quick kick out of defence is chopped off by Nick Hoare, and Hoare looking inboard. That's not a well-directed kick, but it's going to hit space at half forward with Tars players pouncing on it. Munkara gets it off to Will Clark. Clark drills the ball in short. I think the sun might have been in the eyes of Toby Hutt there as he spilt the mark, but got the hand pass out. Booth now has a snap at goal, and he's got Tars' first goal of the quarter. Dom Booth on the end of a string of hand passes in close, and finishes nicely on the right foot.
Just Tars set up behind the ball. They had two loose at every contest. Either Buffs have got to, the forwards have got to roll up onto them, make it 2-on-1. But plenty of mistakes from both teams in that little passage of play.
Yeah, that's right.
Means the pressure's up, so that's good.
So a goal back for Tars, and the margin's out to 28 points. Kirby and Ferguson again in battle. Ferguson this time punches it forward, but Brian Clark read it best, and hand pass to Dylan Collis running through from half back. He ducks outside and then gets a long kick forward at ground level. Bradshaw shrugs the tackle, now kicks inside forward 50. Good use of the body by Campbell to get Magro out of position, and he's just having trouble controlling the ball now. Comes in and lays a tackle, but Grant at the back gets it through the hands. Tim Eldridge trying to run away in some space, got caught high, I think, and he'll go back and take the free kick. But good pressure from Tars, good forward pressure from Tars. Making it hard for Buffs to run it out of defence as the kick comes down through the hands of Stewart. As the ball at ground level, Turnbull picks up, gets it out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw on the outside finds Gleeson. Gleeson's kick inboard, but it's chopped off by Brown at half back for Darwin. He kicks out wide, where getting on the end of this is Charlie Sharples. He's got Armat Watkins running forward, but in the middle of the ground he's got Lockie Hill. Just falls short of him, but picks up and kicks, looking for Stafford inside 50. O'Sullivan closes on him, gets a fist to it out towards the boundary line, and the ball's stayed in play as he kicks around the outer side of the ground. Moroney, just a bit of a ball handling error there, allowed Tars to come and close on him as Kirby sweeps a hand pass forward, and you can see the wave of Waratah players running forward now as Munkara kicks inside 50. Campbell working back and had positioned himself better, but was out of his reach and rolled through for a behind. Campbell quickly to the outer side of the ground where Bradley Stokes takes the mark. He kicks further afield here, and the mark's taken by Hill. Or his kick, he's trying to move it on quickly, but put himself under pressure, and I think he's hurt his shin as the kick got chopped off going forward. Brown again for Darwin. Lockie Hill still on the ground out there, so must have been a solid contact with the shin as the kick comes out here, looking for Ferguson. He has to do the work from behind and gets a fist to it and knocks it over.
I think Buff's got to take a bit of composure through this middle of the ground there, and maybe look for another avenue instead of Stafford, because O'Sullivan's pretty good, so maybe Stafford leads O'Sullivan out.
Yeah,
someone else drops behind him.
Yeah, as we look down, there's only two Buffs players inside their forward 50, and there's four Tars defenders back there, but Tars have got their hands on the ball round the stoppage here. Will Clark dribbles the ball forward, and now here's a chance. Anchors again, running forward, kicking long towards goal, but just banged into that right-hand goalpost this time. So they've had some opportunities early in this third quarter, Tars, but only the one goal to show for it as Campbell goes straight up the middle of the ground, through the hands of Spicer, but he does well at ground level to recover, and now he's off and running with a bounce through the centre of the ground. A looping hand pass forward to Williams. Williams swings around on the right foot looking for Yaron, but good defensive work as Tars close again, and now O'Sullivan with a sweeping hand pass out to Carlin on the wing here. Carlin on the left, kicks back inboard, looking for Anchors. He runs onto it on the bounce, but good work by Stewart to tap it to himself and then hand pass off to Bradley Stokes. He's got a player on the outside, Sharples. Sharples takes the mark, looked to kick quickly, but now he swings around and kicks long on the right foot. Stafford just pushed out underneath the ball there that time, and in fact it's Ishmael Palmer who was pushed out, and he'll take the free kick directly in front, and it's a 50-metre penalty in fact, so the player on the mark will be right on the goal line, and Ishmael Palmer a chance to kick his second for the quarter. Makes no mistake this time from the top of the goal square and puts it through for another Darwin goal. So after only managing 3 goals in the first half, Darwin, they've kicked 3 of the 4 already in this third quarter.
Just Phoenix, Spicer through the middle there, backing himself, running carry. I think Bus, if they can do that through that corridor, they can break the lines.
So 3 goals to 1 in this quarter so far. Darwin chipping into that lead that Tars took into half time. And just got it back to 22 points as we approach halfway in this third quarter. Stewart doing the ruck work now, but Kirby wins it out to Anchors, who look to have a tug on the jumper. Play on's the call as Buffs again at ground level. Jared Stokes gets the chip hand pass over the top, comes back to Yaron, who swings one way, the other, back again, and now on the right, drills a pass looking for Jackson Clark. Kirby just got a hand to it, and Keranua running off half-back this time, runs through, has an adventurous bounce, but recovers pretty well, and now swings around on the right foot towards the outside. Toby Hutt out there just worked his opponent under the ball, and now hand passes inboard, and another chance for Tars as the long hand pass comes over the top. Munkara drills the ball, but missed, and I think Magro had his hands in the air saying I was free in the goal square, but it was all happening pretty quickly as Munkara had a shot for goal but missed, and now Campbell coming grandstand side looking for Chris Williams. So got out on a good lead and in plenty of space, and just chips short out wide to Jackson Clark, calling for players to lead at him, and goes long looking for Palmer. Palmer tried to take it on the chest, it bounced off his chest, and through the hands it gets to Brodie Carroll, and it's a beautiful pass to Arnold Kirby inside the centre square. Kirby just slowing things down now drills a pass inside forward 50. It slips through the hands of the Buffs defenders, and Magro on the end hand passes over the top to Munkara. Campbell lays a tackle, and then Burgoyne laid the secondary tackle, and that's the one that was awarded. So free kick will come back to Trent Burgoyne, deep in defence for Darwin. Doesn't look to have too much on offer here as he goes long down the line. The ball slips out the back, and a bit of hesitation going for it. Then Sharples lays the tackle as the hand pass comes out to Anchors. He sweeps the hand pass forward, and a quick kick forward is chopped off by Stewart, who kicks the ball inboard, and now Buffs the chance again through Jared Stokes looking for Palmer down towards half forward. He works his opponent under the ball, allows the ball to travel over the top. Oh, that's a bit of a crude tackle by Ishmael Palmer on Dylan Collis as he just tumble-balled it to get it back to the advantage of his teammates, and it'll be the free kick will come back to Collis at half-back for Tars. So Collis looking to the outer side of the ground. He's got some options there, and switches it to Hoare, and Hoare goes wider again to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan looking to come back into the centre of the ground. It's a good pass and finds Will Clark at half back. He's got Karanua screaming for it, grandstand side here. Looks that way eventually, and finds Karanua with that pass. He plays on quickly now around the grandstand side. Big Arnold Kirby takes it on the second grab and now chips it inboard. Stewart working back, got a hand to it, and now Eldridge running forward, gets the hand pass to Jared Stokes. He's got Palmer out the back, and the pass is good. Just got over the back of the Tars defenders then, and pretty smart by Ishmael Palmer getting out the back, Chris.
Yeah, they broke the lines. The Tar boys just thought they were going to read off it, but to Buff's advantage, Jared saw him out the back. I feel like the Buffs has definitely lifted their intensity and a lot cleaner around the ball.
Yeah, Jared Stokes getting a fair bit of it as Palmer's kick is a bit of a wobbler and just missed off to the right, through for a behind. But he's lifted up forward, Palmer, giving them an alternative target.
Yeah, Palmer and Timmy Eldridge is definitely lifted.
Yep. Oh, clever work by O'Sullivan. Took the mark and hand passed immediately, and now it's out to Carlin around the outer wing. Toby Hutt's got out the back and he's taken the mark. He's got a runner inboard, sweeps the hand pass looking for Brody Carroll, picks it up on the half volley, kicks towards the goal square. Leaping from behind was Mackenzie, but the ball spilled on the ground, and I think it's hit the goal post out there. It has, yeah, so it's a rush behind. Mackenzie thought he might have snatched a cheapie there, but it had made contact with the goal post, so a behind for Tars. Campbell short this time to Hayden Brown in the back pocket. Brown gives it back to Campbell in the goal square. And he goes to James straight up the middle of the ground. So not making much territory here as it's chipped back to Matty Campbell in the back pocket once again. Campbell short to Moroney. As Tars are set up well behind the ball. There's a short pass to Sharples in the outer half-back flank. Charlie Sharples just over the head of Burgoyne this time, and allows Nick Hoare to come in and just see it over the boundary line for another throw-in.
I feel it's a bit smart. Buffs just slowing it down on their tempo, waiting for things to open up.
Yeah, Tars not giving him much space out there, so from that boundary throw in, Kirby wins the hit out pretty comprehensively down to Turnbull, but Turnbull tried to find a teammate but was knocked over the boundary line for another throw in. So just a bit of stop-start at the moment as we've got a throw in on the outer wing. Ferguson over the top, this time thumps it forward. It's Turnbull's first there. Thought he might have won himself a free kick, but again, the ball's spilled over the boundary line and another throw in.
Harden got one loose behind the play, in front of the full forward.
Kirby thumps it forward this time, and strong tackle on Mackenzie out there, but no prior opportunity, and it'll be a ball up once again. Kirby wins a hit out to Ryan Clark, looking for Abe Ankers down there. Good defensive effort from Timmy Eldridge, just diving across in front, getting his fist to the ball, and seeing it over the boundary line once again. So we've had 4 or 5 boundary throw-ins in quick succession on the outer side of the ground there. Just no one able to break cleanly. As the throw-in comes in, Kirby tries to punch it forward again, but he's got it out close to the boundary line once again. Bradley Stokes keeps it in play and then just grabbed the ankle of his opponent. Ryan Clark runs inside 50, looking for Magro, picks it up on the half volley, and Campbell cleverly lays the tackle. Thought he might have won himself a free kick, but was a good contest. And yeah, you can see that Campbell's really gritting the teeth, isn't he, after having those early goals kicked on him. He's
definitely tightened up.
Yep. So from the hit out, Mackenzie dribbles a kick forward. It gets out the back. Bradshaw's going to be first there for Tars. He tries to trap it and get around now. The water runner down there with her arms spread out, calling for out on the full, but boundary umpire having none of it.
The positive, the clock still runs while it's out of bounds.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. So we're into time on in the third quarter. And the boundary throw, and Hutt just takes it out of the air, gets it through the hands, or just slips away there, and Buff's able to clear on the bounce. Stafford takes it. He's got a runner out wide in Eldridge. He saw him out the corner of his eye and got it quickly on the boot. Eldridge in an acre of space out there. He eventually picks up and now chips forward, and he was looking for Xavier Grant down there. But the ball was punched away from him. So again, terrific defensive work, and we have a boundary throw-in stoppage on the outer side of the ground. Kirby works his way to the front, just gets the hand to it, Tars through the hands, but plenty of Buffalo's pressure as Burgoyne hooks it in and then got caught in the tackle. Ferguson tried to kick it off the ground forward, but it's just ricocheted over the boundary line. And a throw-in once again. So just the 4 goals scored in this third quarter, 3 of them to Darwin. So there won't be too long to go in this third quarter, I wouldn't have thought, as Kirby hooks that one over the top. But at ground level, it's Buffs again. Eldridge this time kicks high inside forward 50. It's close to the boundary line out there. In fact, it's floated over the boundary line and over the fence. So Sullivan dives over and picks it up, and he'll bring the ball back into play for Tars. Looking cross field, but eventually decides to go long down the line. Kirby comes in, got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark, and at ground level, just a bit slow to get rid of it that time, Brown, and got wrapped up in the tackle. So Cassidy around the outer side of the ground. Hutt in the marking contest thought he'd taken the mark on the second grab. Play on was the call, and now it's wrapped up at ground level once again for another stoppage. Kirby cleverly flicks that one over the back to Anchors, but his kick isn't the best, and that's going to go out of bounds in front of the scoreboard on the other side. As the clock ticks past 23 and a half minutes here, there's a bit of action on the ground here, and it's going to be Timmy Eldridge is involved, believe it or not, and he's won himself a free kick. He's looking to switch to Moroney here. The switch was good, but Moroney just looked up at what was coming at him and spilt the mark. Now gets it back to Armat Watkins. He's under plenty of pressure from Bradshaw. A kick off the ground, just dribbles it forward a few metres, and now Collis running onto it, hacks it out of the air, gets it forward towards the goal square. There's a free kick being paid downfield, I think, so this will be a pretty easy shot at goal for Tars, as temper's just getting flared a bit here behind the play, and I think it's going to be Magro, or is it Anchors who'll take the free kick? Yeah,
Magro was looking for it.
Well, they both would have been putting their hand up, that's for sure. But it's Anchors, and he'll be kicking from only about 15 metres out. A little bit of an angle, but it wouldn't worry him, I don't think. Anchors makes no mistake, drills that one through, so a second goal for the quarter for Tars, deep into time on, and just stretch that lead out once again.
Once again, a little fumble there by Buss, and Tars just, score off it, which hurts.
Well, that's right, and a little bit of ill discipline as well, giving the free kick away, the relayed free kick, so just
they've definitely done the work to get back into the game, though.
Yeah, it's been an impressive quarter from Darwin, and They'd be looking to get their hands on the ball from this stoppage and move it quickly to give themselves a chance to score late. Ferguson and Kirby. Ferguson up high, fists it forward into the hands of Hill, but Kirby comes back and swoops on the loose ball, gets a hand pass out wide, but Tars in defence. Oh, it's chopped off here. Here's a chance for Spicer again. I think it is. He kicks long inside forward 50.
Yeah, right, marked it.
Mark's not paid. Would have been Mark of the year.
It has to be Mark.
Got his hands to it and it bounced around behind his back and grabbed hold of it, but the umpire said that the Waratah defender got a hand to it, but I think there might be a free kick here anyway. No,
he hasn't heard
the siren, I don't think. Yep. Yeah. So just confirming that the siren had gone. That is three-quarter time, and Buffs did get that one last opportunity, but denied of it down there as the mark wasn't paid. But a good quarter for Darwin. They scored 3 goals. Tars scored 2. It's not enough to really cut into that margin, but still leave themselves with something of a hope at three-quarter time, Chris.
Yes, it should be a good last quarter, hopefully. Buffs can keep the pressure up.
Yeah, the contest has been good all day. So at three-quarter time, it's Waratah by 31 points. We'll be back shortly with the last quarter.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the NT Guernsey, get in their face.
played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play, 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different. But you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Welcome back to Gardens Oval. It's round 8 action between Waratah and Darwin. And at three-quarter time, it's Waratah with a pretty handy 31-point lead. Darwin made some inroads early in the quarter, but Tars just steadied a bit towards the end. But it's been a really good contest, and probably a bit closer in the play than the scoreboard suggests. But we're underway again as Kirby just hooks it down, but Nick Yarran at ground level breaks away, running forward of centre for Buffs, kicks long straight down the middle of the ground. Stafford got his hands to the ball. It got punched away from him though. It ricochets out the back where Keranua has a bit of space, and he kicks long around the wing, but this time it's chopped off by Ferguson, who takes the mark and plays on straight away, kicks long on the left. Ball just spills to ground from that marking contest. No, Sullivan pretty calm under pressure there, made some space for himself, kicked down the ground, but again Buffs are in the action at ground level, trying to put the pressure on Tars as it spills to Yarran. Yarran kicks long towards goal for Darwin, but just dragged it to the left. But just see Darwin again are in the right frame of mind here as they've come out after three-quarter time.
Collis looks winded after that contest.
Yeah, he does, just in the hands of the trainer there, and looks like he's going to come from the ground, in fact. So just waiting for play to resume here. It's brought into play, but it's chopped off pretty easily there, and a chance for Darwin early in the quarter. It's Charlie Sharples who took that intercept mark, and now it's just being put on the correct line, and he'll have a chance to get a goal on the board early for Darwin in this last quarter. Swings around on the right, kicks towards goal, but I think he's just left it out to the right. It's falling short, and Tars clean it up from defence. Humphries goes long to the outer side of the ground, just thumped it as far as he could in the end, but Moroney's first there for Darwin. Chips the ball around that outer wing, and Nick Yarran on the end of it takes a nice mark just forward of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground, looking for options forward. Now he's got a player on the lead, and that's Big Stafford, who's hasn't had much space to himself today, but this time he got out on the lead, and he takes the mark. Only about 40 metres from goal, and I say only about 40 metres from goal because he'll eat this distance easily, you would think. Daniel Stafford But yeah, distance wasn't a problem, but he's just hung it out to the right. So a couple of opportunities missed for Darwin early in this final quarter. Tars coming grandstand side this time. Toby Hutt just cleverly read the fall of the ball, took a mark, basically uncontested in the end. He's looked to play on now. Gets the hand pass over the top to Anchors, who got some attention after he got rid of the ball. They're looking to move it on quickly here. Pulling goes inboard. It's just knocked away from Mackenzie, but clever at ground level. Regathers, hooks the ball down towards goal. He had runners forward of him, but he had the ping at goal, and it's bounced to the right and missed everything. So it'll be a boundary throw in next to the behind post in the right forward pocket for Tars.
Intensity definitely lifted from the Buffs. As long as they keep their cool.
Yeah, that's right. There's been a bit of push and shove, but nothing really in it. As we're back in the action now from the throw-in. Well, Kirby worked Ferguson out of the way and then went to have a kick at the ball, but saw a body there and changed his mind as Buffs work it through the hands, get it to Pendlebury on the outside. He kicks long around the wing, but that's just got a bit of a float on it and floated over the boundary line on the full. So Tom Spence in defence will take the free kick for Tars. He plays on inboard now and kicks high and towards half forward. Magro and Campbell doing battle there. Neither of them get their hands to the ball as they work each other away from the contest. And Eldridge going back, just copped a high tackle from Brodie Carroll. And he's looking to switch the ball grandstand side where Matty Campbell's in a bit of space in the back pocket. Campbell thought to play on quickly, but now goes back and he'll drive it long down the line again here. Looking for Stewart. It doesn't get as far as him. Off the hands, Karanua does well to hook the hand pass over the top. Turnbull spun in the tackle, got the hand pass out, and there's a Waratah free kick for holding here. It's going to go the way of Toby Hutt.
Yaron's definitely lifted and he's trying his heart out.
Hutt switches inboard and finds Cassidy in the centre of the ground. That's a beautiful pass to Ryan Clark in between three Darwin defenders there, and the pass was inch perfect, and Ryan Clark hung onto it in the hands, and he'll go back and have a set shot at goal. So Clark about 40 metres out, kicks on the way now. He likes it, it's right through the middle. So after Darwin had a couple of early opportunities, it's Clark for Tars who scores the first goal of the final quarter. And you would think that'd make it tough for Buffs now, Chris.
Very tough, that's hard, but as we said, they had the opportunities. I think they had 2 or 3 opportunities up forward, Buffs, but missed out. And Tars hurt you on the rebound.
Yeah, good use of the ball going inside 50 again from Tars, and a pinpoint pass resulted in another goal. So just waiting for the restart here. Nathan Stewart and Arnold Kirby. Stewart trying to jump over the top. Kirby got his hand to it, got batted back out to the wing, where Will Clark got a kick forward, rebounded to Yaron, who's hand passed over the top to Bradley Stokes, gets it back and now drills a pass in looking for Pendlebury, takes it on the half volley and hooks a hand pass over the top. Hayden Brown takes it and kicks quickly into space. Armat Watkins runs onto it down there. He too kicks quickly down to full forward. Stafford's got 2 opponents down there as it's punched away from him. Oh, running through into the open goal, you would think, and it is. And that's a good goal. I think that might have been Lockie Hill, was it, down there?
Not sure.
Yeah, we'll just wait to... yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Perfect front and centre for the contest.
Lockie Hill it was, yeah. It was.
Pace.
But Buffs were intent on moving it quickly, weren't they? A couple of times just banged it on the boot, got it forward quickly and put the Tars defence under pressure. So 1 goal apiece early stages of this final quarter. Kirby and Stewart again to do battle in ruck. Stewart up early. No real winner in the ruck contest as Chris Williams runs through, gets a hand pass inboard and follows up again, picks up and hand pass again. Yaron outside to Stewart, outside to Palmer. Palmer hooks it back on the right towards goal. It's going all the way. O'Sullivan's worked back, claims he's touched it, but he was back over the goal line and Buffs are up and flying, Chris.
Yes, just moving the ball forward at all cost and running forward. And they're clean with their hands makes a big difference. Jared Stokes is still on the bench. I'll be trying to get him on.
Yeah, that's right.
The running.
Pendlebury's making his way there now to get Stokes in. Stokes is telling Matt Watkins to push forward so he can come in on the wing. So a couple of goals in a row to Darwin, and that margin is back under 4 goals now. So still not without a chance.
And one less in the middle.
Yeah, they're just sorting themselves out now. It's their first warning, and Stokes manages to get himself into the middle of the ground for this stoppage, which Buffs will be pretty happy with. Kirby on the second attempt thumps it forward, running onto it down there, Bradshaw, but Jared Stokes works back. Oh, he's in a bit of trouble, but gets away and kicks to his brother Bradley on the outside. Bradley goes long, looking for Ferguson here. That's a good pass. He's got some front-on contact in the marking contest there, so it'll be a free kick, and he hands it off to Moroney. Moroney down towards half forward, but that one's chopped off by Nick Hoare across half back for Tars. He goes short, past Clark and into the hands of Kirby once again. Big Arnold out in front of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground. Goes long round the outer side and misread there, and Hutt spilt the mark, but won it at ground level back to Booth and out to Clark. Clark's kick goes inside forward 50, where there's a scramble for it at ground level. Anchor's diving in over the top, traps the ball in, and it'll be a ball up once again, this time inside Waratah's forward 50, only about 30 metres from their goal in the outer pocket. Eldridge picks himself up last, and umpire Noonan will throw it up once again. Ball at ground level as Stokes toe pokes it forward, has another shot, but this time it's an air shot, and Tar's able to tidy up Booth with a long kick towards goal, but
lucky.
Yeah, just missed to the left and might have got a little bit of attention after he kicked the ball, but no penalty there as Matty Campbell brings it in short to Antonio James in the back pocket. He's got Matt Watkins leading down towards half back, but switches back to Campbell in the goal square instead. But Tar's pretty well set up defensively here. There's nothing easy for Buffalo's bringing the ball out. Campbell kicks around the outer side. That's a good kick to Burgoyne. He tried to move it on quickly with the hand pass, but was just a little bit behind Yaron and couldn't drag it in, and eventually it was forced over the boundary line. The idea was all right though, Chris.
Yes, credit to Tars though. They set up defensively really well.
Yeah. So Stafford doing the ruck work, wins a hit out, but Turnbull at ground level hand passes forward. Now it spills to Yaron. He hand passes on the outside, and Burgoyne got it to Palmer, to Stokes. Burgoyne kept running, now kicks outside looking for Spicer. Spicer takes the mark in front of Humphreys. He's looking to move it quickly. He's got Jackson Clark running forward. Clark spills the mark out at half forward there, and now he's put himself under some pressure, tries to hook the ball back high, but it's all Waratah back here. If it gets to them, it bounces, and fortunately for Buffs, they weren't able to take possession of the ball before it went out of bounds, and so it's a throw-in. But yeah, they were off and running, Buffs there, and unfortunately Jackson Clark just spilling the mark out there, putting himself under pressure.
Need a goalie, Buffs.
Kirby thumps it forward on the outside of the fist, and now Tars working it out of defence again. Brodie Carroll in a bit of space, and he's got players in space forward. But he's kicked that high, but well read. And Mackenzie it was who took the mark and now kicks out in front of Magro. Campbell once again shoulder to shoulder with Magro down there and sees the ball over the boundary line for another throw in. It's been a pretty impressive comeback from Matty Campbell, hasn't it, Chris?
As after the first quarter, he's really tightened up. Been a good contest to watch.
Yeah, it has. So Stafford works his way to the front, wins the hit out. Pendlebury just didn't take possession of the ball, got a toe poke to it as he was slung to the ground. Campbell working back hard again. Clears from defence. It's just going to swing too wide though, and Sharples couldn't get to it before it went over the boundary line. And the kick will be taken by Will Clark. Out here, the player on the mark, just inside the forward 50 line. And he'll have to go and put his foot on the line, I think. Yep. So Clark's looking inboard. Doesn't really want to have the shot, I don't think. Swings on the left now and kicks to the top of the goal square. Toby Hutt's in there, but he got nudged out of it. And the defensive mark taken. Stokes chips it out wide to Brown. Brown's got Jackson Clark leading, but that was a bit telegraphed, and in fact the player on the mark, Magro, went back and hooked it in one-handed. So yeah, just but that happened because Tars was so well set up behind, didn't it? They're just looking to pick off something that wasn't there. So Magro, I don't think he'll have any hesitation in having the shot from goal from here, about the same spot that Clark was moments ago. And thumps the kick. Looks pretty good, but just hooked it to the right and through for a behind. Some words of advice from the Buffaloes bench, I think. And Campbell chips in short to Bradley Stokes.
So they've got to get it over the line.
Stokes gets it outside to Watkins.
Tars are set up well again.
So Matt Watkins goes backwards to Bradley Stokes. Still haven't got a lot to go to. There's a free out wider, and that's good use of the ball out wide. And the mark's taken out there by Burgoyne, who chips to Moroney, and Burgoyne kept running and received on the outer wing, and now looking to move it quickly, but just again gave that a bit too much air. And Tars defender Nick Hoare was able to get back there and get a fist to it and see it over the boundary line again for another throw in.
Just impressed with the Tars work behind the ball to set up and then communicate, and setting up really well.
Yeah, they're obviously really well drilled and disciplined in their defensive work. Turnbull from that stoppage hand passes forward, but his teammate was under pressure. Eldridge tried to burst through but lost control of the ball, and Kirby again uses the ball well to Ryan Clark. He's got a player on the lead. Magro out in front this time, and that's a terrific kick from Ryan Clark. Saw Magro on the lead.
Nothing Campbell could do with that.
No, absolutely not. As you'd probably expect from a player straight out of the AFL. The kick was good, and he's had plenty of the football once again. I think it's his third game in a row for Tars, so yeah, giving them good service. And Magro this time, the angle's a bit kinder for him as he comes in and kicks, and I think he's out to the right again. Oh, I think he wants to argue the toss with the goal umpire, but a point is what's registered on the scoreboard. And
Campbell had a bit of a laugh.
So Campbell receives from the kick in and drills down the line here looking for Brown over the top. Turnbull was in front and just got hands to it, enough to see it over the boundary line for another throw in. So we've gone 17 minutes in this final quarter. I think the result's probably not in doubt, but the contest is still good as the kick from Ryan Clark comes in. Oh, Moroney spills it off the chest. Munkara at ground level tries to go through the legs of Campbell. He was awake to that, got his hands to it, but under pressure managed to get a hand pass that was knocked over the boundary line. And the old fella Matty Campbell looking a bit weary down there. He's worked pretty hard today. But a boundary throw in once again. So hit out goes straight down to the front of the pack. Eldridge is first there. He gets wrapped up in the tackle. And it'll be a ball up once again. Hutt doing the ruck work for Tars, got it down to Magro. He's got slung out after the ball went away. Play on's the call as a quick kick comes goalward, but is floated out of bounds on the full. And
Buffalo's looking tired here, but they've just got to get clean in that second, third possession.
Pendlebury with the free kick. Oh, that's an adventurous kick straight down the middle of the ground. Yaron's done really well to get a hand to that and knock it forward. Sharple's trying to force it forward again. And Antonio James comes in to help. Yaron's in there again, gets a quick kick forward, but Tars have worked back well again as Hoare picks up, hand passes backwards, and O'Sullivan gets it out wide to Pulling. Pulling goes to the outer side of the ground, and Tars got the chance again. They're off and running as the hand pass comes inboard and then out again to Carroll. Carroll on the left kicks long down towards Munkara. Munkara
3-on-1
couldn't take the mark. It is a 3-on-1, and eventually the Buffs numbers get it over the boundary line for another throw in. So the left forward pocket for Tars, outer side of the ground here at Gardens Oval. And AFL&T's coverage of NTFL football is from that stoppage. It's loose across half back, and Buffs have worked it pretty well in the end, and Sharples takes the mark. He's got a runner out wide, Timmy Eldridge, and Eldridge takes the mark and then keeps running. He goes over the top looking for Chris Williams. The kick's good, and Williams takes the mark in behind Spence there. So Williams, Tars again have worked hard to get back as Williams tries to find a leading Stafford, but again, terrific disciplined defensive work from Tars, and this time O'Sullivan just thumps it away for another stoppage.
He's been very good, O'Sullivan on Stafford.
Yep. Yeah, he's really chopped him out, hasn't he?
The boy from Warrnambool down that way.
Kirby in front, gets the hit out down. Collis in there, he gets caught in the tackle by Stafford this time, and it'll be a stoppage once again. We're into time on in the final quarter of the NT News coverage of NTFL football as from the ball up, Kirby gets it to Collis, but he's tackled as soon as he takes possession by Nick Yaron, and it'll be another stoppage close to the boundary line. That left half forward for Darwin. Kirby wins the hit out. It bounces just inside the boundary line and over. So this time it'll be a boundary throw-in stoppage. Stafford doing the ruck work for Buffs, but Kirby thumps it away out of there into some space. Running onto it is Williams, but he runs out of space and is bundled over the boundary line. And another throw in, so things just crawling a bit in the final stages of this match. Stoppage after stoppage here. And it's Tars with that 26-point lead as boundary throw-in comes. Kirby another hit out, but this time Buffs on the end of it. Yaron once again, he gets tackled with the ball and it spills out over the boundary line. In fact, he's going to win himself a free kick for being held too long in that tackle, so maybe umpire Noonan just wanting to open things up a bit. So Yaron Kicks long to the top of the goal square, punched away from behind at ground level. Palmer's there first, tries to pick up and duck back inside, but had the ball stripped out of his hands. Armat Watkins going back with the flight of the ball, takes a nice mark under some pressure. He's inside 50 on the outer side of the ground. He's about 35 metres out from goal out there, and we'll go back for what we assume will be a set shot. You can see, well, you can't see on the screen, but the Tars defenders just plugging all the holes in there. So Armat Watkins will have the shot at goal from deep out in that pocket. It's going to cross the face of goal, spills out the back of the pack close to the boundary line. Keranua tries to keep it in play. He does. Hand passes inboard to Collis. Collis frees himself of the first tackler, and now through the hands, Tars have worked it well as Clark clears down to Munkara, who won it over the top of the Buffalo's defender. Munkara swings inboard now, kicks long, looking for Magro. It gets out the back. Mackenzie's going to run onto it. If he can get to it, he slides to try and kick it through, but ran out of space, and it's through for behind. And Matty Campbell back there quickly to bring it into play round the outer side, finds Xavier Grant. Grant looking inboard, and a sliding mark taken by Antonio James. He hands it off to Jared Stokes, who goes quickly long down towards half forward. Spicer from behind works it to the ground, but Humphreys at ground level picks up and just chips the ball out of defence to Brodie Carroll on the outer side. Coming up to 24 minutes in this final quarter. Carroll looking inboard, and as Carroll kicks inboard, the siren goes, and just the one goal for Tars in the final quarter. Darwin kicked 2, but Tars were well disciplined, I think, and well drilled enough to just keep Buffs at bay, Chris.
Yeah, the better side on the day, but credit to Buffs, they stuck in there. The first quarter probably let them down. But there's plenty of promise there for Buffaloes. Yeah, that's right. And it's only their second loss of the year. They're around the mark, and as we said, they've got Saints next week, so that'll be a tough contest once again. But they look to be in pretty good shape. But I think in the end, Ryan Ayres will be pretty happy with the outcome of the game and what his side showed today. So that's the end here from Gardens Oval. It's a 27-point win to Waratah in the end, and a pretty good performance, but don't write Buffs off yet. They've got plenty to show us as the season winds on towards Christmas and after. It's been a pleasure bringing the game to you. I'm Stu Davis. I was joined by Chris Bucks. Thanks, Chris. And that's it tonight from Gardens Oval, and we'll see you all again next week.